When we left off, with Varuna and Makara finally side by side in Tacoma, Washington, we had begun planning the refit on Makara, starting with measurements for new sails.
Out with the reclaimed headliner wood thing. It's really dark. We're gonna put our plans to put a beadboard up here and brighten it up a little bit, and also make it a little more consistent through the cabin. Plus, we want to track down some leaks, and that'll be a lot easier to find when this is all out. This is like stuff falling apart everywhere. Yeah, it's very dirty. Oh, there's some rat poo up there. That's where a rat was living.
Between getting the refit on Makara underway and getting Varuna emptied out and cleaned up to be listed for sale, we had a lot to do.
Look at that.
Ty was scheduled for back surgery in about a week's time, and we wanted to get as much of the demolition done before that as we could. With an old, degraded headliner and water-damaged wall paneling, our plan was to totally strip it all out and replace it with something new. Going hand in hand with replacing the wall panels was also the task of removing the portlights. These were a source of much of the water damage, so pulling them out and rebedding them was a crucial step. As we quickly discovered, not all portlights are created equal or installed equally. We've had to rebed one of Varuna's portlights, and it was a pretty easy process. However, whatever sealant was used to install the portlights on Makara made the removal process significantly more difficult. We were also surprised to discover that they were not through-bolted, only screwed into the fiberglass.
Oh, that needed to come out.
With a lot of hard work and patience, Ty managed to get them all out, only damaging the fiberglass slightly around one of them.
This is who I am. Today's finally the day. I get my spine surgery, and hopefully the pain should be gone right away, other than recovering from surgery pain, which puts us back a little bit on the refit because I won't be able to do much or anything for a while. Has it rained very long?
Not too long, actually. It's pretty quick.
Yeah. This is the only good thing I remember about this stuff.
Uh-huh.
You don't remember anything. That's the best thing. It's like I don't all nervous beforehand and freaking out, but now I don't remember it. Alright, well that was from my operation 3 days ago now. I had my spine surgery there, my laminectomy, and I am feeling a little bit better today. It's been up and down. I'm hoping that this fixes my problem and I will be back in shape to get into the refit. I got to check up in a couple of weeks with the doctor, and I'm just on some real good drugs right now, but there's a lot of pain. I'm really just hoping it fixes the actual nerve pain that I've got in my left side of my body. Right now we're about to sit down and do our consultation with Precision Sails, and we're going to talk to them about our new mainsail they're designing.
They have an initial design and mock-up for a mainsail, and we're going to have a little conference call to go over all of the design characteristics.
We're going to see if we got everything right with the measurements we took off of our actual rig, and of course the existing sails, which is more of a guide, not just going off the stuff you find online, but your actual rig measurements, because they can vary from boat to boat. People have made modifications over the times, people have altered the mast steps or altered the booms and so on. That changes everything. So taking these measurements is a really great way to make sure you understand your rig and get the sail perfectly designed for your boat.
So we have all those measurements, we've sent them all into Precision Sails, they've looked over them, they have come up with an initial design for our mainsail. We're going to have a little conference call here with them now that they have that initial kind of mock-up, double check all the measurements, see if there's anything that didn't make sense, and just get a little tour of our new sail.
We're excited.
So can you guys see me all right?
See your screen,
we got
yeah?
your
See
screen
your
there.
sailboat data there?
See your screen, yeah.
So Jeremy, is this how this would be the next step after someone submitted you their measurements and so on? You would go through an initial design as we got the email from you last week, and then you would set up a consult after that?
Our process can kind of vary customer to customer depending on what kind of boat, how complicated the design is, that kind of thing. We try to put as much of a personal touch to our process as we can, but this is kind of the general step-by-step process. The number one focus that we have is making sure that the sail that we get to our client is, obviously fits the best and fits perfectly on the boat, but is also just the best sail that they've ever had on their boat. Usually I'll start with just kind of walking through our measurements. If I have any questions about your measurements, then we can kind of quickly go over how you took them. You guys took awesome photos, so that helps us out tons.
Great.
Just so I can see exactly how you took them and where you took them to, and that just makes the process a lot easier, a lot quicker. I have just a couple of quick questions that I couldn't confirm on the photos, so we'll go over those. And I'll show you, the outlines and profiles and the depths, what they mean to us and what they'll mean to you guys. I know that you guys are obviously offshore cruisers, so we're a little less interested in getting every square inch of the sail, and more about providing a lot of lift and power to the boat, so you can get through those big waves. And so we'll give it a bit more depth. We can kind of talk about that, what our options are in those respects. And then we'll just kind of go through the layouts, the details, the aesthetics, the width of the seams that I'm going to be putting on there, and the type of stitching that we'll be going through. The existing sail that you gave me was 49.3, and then 52.5, so just coming up on 3 feet, right?
It doesn't sound right though, does it?
No.
3 inches, 2.5 inches off of 3 feet.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a terrible idea for you guys just to remeasure and just remeasure the max luff. It's very possible that you're getting 16 to 20 inches of stretch out of that luff when you're actually tensioning it.
Yeah.
And that's just with the material as well as the age of the sail, right? The fibers have really loosened up, and they're bagging out and they're stretching out. We're building this out of Marblehead, Challenge Marblehead, fiber 104. Very, very high modulus rating. Does not stretch very much over time. It's a very high quality cloth. I don't expect that you guys are going to suffer from too much stretch issues over time. That's one of the main benefits of increasing your cloth quality is the longevity of the sail and the strength of the sail.
Right.
Longevity just being that it's going to hold its shape for years and years and years, and isn't going to soften up and fall apart like you will with a cheaper cloth. This is jumping a little bit ahead, but here's our broad seams. We have you at 1.9%, and that's essentially just the length past your crosscut of your sail that the broad seams are cut into, so that we start to create this shape of the sail, right?
That's our consultation for our new mainsail with Precision Sails, and we're really excited. It went really well.
Very thorough consultation, went over every single tiny little detail in the sail, which is awesome.
All the detail we could possibly want to know, and definitely a lot more than we would even understand. But a lot of it, most of it made sense to us, and the good thing is it made sense to them, and they're the professionals making it, so it's really good to see. And this sail is going to be built the way we want it, which is great. It is going to be for offshore. It's going to be super heavy duty and reinforced. I don't think we're going to have an issue with that.
No, I'm so
Reef
excited
points,
to see
patching,
it. Yeah.
sails, the quality of the sail. Yeah, we're very excited to see it, I agree.
Yep, so we got to double check one measurement, and then it should be good to go.
So we got all the measurements done correctly as far as we know, but there's a red flag, which is the great thing about doing these measurements and having them double check it and triple check numbers. There's just one measurement that seems like it might be a possible red flag there, then that's the difference between what our existing luff height was on our existing mainsail, which, as you know, isn't the original, or we don't actually know anything about it.
The original.
Yeah, it could be really stretched. We have no idea. And then the actual P height, which is basically the height from the boom to the top of the mast there, or the height that the sail should be. So that's what we're going to double check. If not today, tomorrow.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the bell and subscribe so you can see more of the refit. If you'd like to learn more about Precision Sails, be sure and check out all the info in the video description. This includes any specials they're currently having. Until next time, adios.